a kid next to their mom and dad cannot stand a gay teacher teaching their child. It might turn their education into a mess, but mom thinks it's just silly gossip. Mr. Simon has always been the star teacher at school. The parents kept bickering, but their fight was completely lost on Andy, who still had no clue about traditional relationships. Mom told Andy that being gay means a man's special feelings for another, and assured him it's unrelated to Mr. Simon's character. She was convinced Mr. Simon was the best teacher ever. Gossip spread like wildfire. Incensed, Dad rushed to the principal as if an emergency. J.R. vicious accusations. The principal took them seriously since it concerned Mr. Simon's future. She hoped Jansen's dad would show some evidence. She trusted Mr. Simon wholeheartedly whenever she thought of him. He was a model teacher, never had a shady moment in her eyes. But this explanation didn't satisfy Jansen's dad at all. He gave the principal 2 days to figure it out or else he'd take it. Meanwhile, poor Andy was worried about her date with Mary, trying to figure out how she suddenly became so charming. She felt that if she wanted to date Mary, she needed to have some insight to avoid embarrassing herself. So she sought out the school's special social group, looking to snag an identity bracelet, which is actually just the school's invisible social code. Popular kids, jocks, book nerds, and wallflowers, these are all identity labels at school. To get the right label, Andy spent 3 limited edition trading cards, and she certainly wasn't letting Jansen's dad intimidate her. Subtitles: Evelyn, feeling a sense of helplessness, went to find Simon. As colleagues who had worked together for many years, Evelyn had great faith in his moral character. However, the news at hand had already had an impact on the entire school. Simon neither replied nor denied. Evelyn was anxious, wishing he'd deny it. She would take charge of handling all the remaining matters. Nevertheless, Simon still remained silent and did not respond to this issue. At 57, she's taught most of her life and won't compromise integrity, especially to Jansen's group. The school buzzed with Mr. Simon's case and Andy and Mary's drama for gossip. The transmission speed was amazing, yet the angriest was Bookworm Lajai, fuming and vowing to trouble Andy. This left Andy in a tough spot. One rainy night, Evelyn decided to pay a visit. She bravely went to Jansen's house, trying to convince his dad, since Simon had been teaching there for years. An excellent teacher who had won numerous awards, Evelyn wasn't ready to give up easily. But Jansen's parents were steadfast, believing that if Simon didn't deny it, it posed a risk. Subtitles: There are risks when children are studying at school. While they did not deny Mr. Simon's teaching ability, Dad still had no intention of withdrawing his accusations. Seeing this, Evelyn became quite agitated. Are you worrying he might be like a good person like Mr. Simon? She added, I'm not saying my son's beaten up that girl countless times. But come on, he's just a boy. He really doesn't know how to judge what's what. I can't pull it off, but I beg you to reconsider for the kids in our society. The more you know him, the more you realize he's actually a good person. No, I don't care if he's gay. That doesn't keep me up at night. But I believe society does care. Otherwise, you underestimate him. About this, Andy had a big question mark in her mind. If this isn't resolved, will Simon have to leave school? But Dad was still his old self, insisting to handle everything step by step, which felt a bit tedious. Yet Mom seemed open-minded. Simon's case was just gossip until investigated. As for Jansen's parents, they weren't about to back down either, since they had their own moral standards. As for this, Simon still made no response whatsoever. Times ill, Evelyn was in a dilemma. As the Count's first female principal, she couldn't neglect the school's reputation. Simon understood. Don't let this happen, please, Simon. Just refuse. For the kids, I don't care about proof. Just refuse in school. Many students were already avoiding Simon like he had the plague, but Andy still hung out closely with him. Their relationship stayed the same, completely unaffected by the rumours. The only downside? Simon planned to resign before the holiday, which Andy found unacceptable. Subtitles. She felt it was truly regrettable that the good teacher had lost his job due to a mere rumour, and one that was only vaguely heard about at that. Just as Andy was venting to her friend, Lijai appeared out of nowhere like a ghost in the night. She gave Andy a stern talking to about her and Mary's situation. "Look, Mary, are you seriously considering taking Martin along with you? There. If you don't want me to go, I don't want you to go either. Get up, Nicole. I don't plan on putting your face in my doghouse." However, just then, the usually silent Stanley showed up. He got into it with Lijai. She looked at Stana's tall frame, feeling a bit intimidated.